Hello and welcome to your Empowered Astrology forecast with yours truly, Sarah McCallum, the Cosmic Finder. And this is for the week of January the 5th, 2026. I have to get used to saying that. I was like, it's a new year. We all have to get accustomed to saying 2026, to writing down the date with the 2 and the 6. I'm glad I caught on. All right, this week we have a lot of Capricorn energy in the mix. So we are coming off of a full moon. We just celebrated a full moon in Cancer. And so the moon is going to be waning, okay? And we have some really interesting aspects to move through this week. So on the 6th, on the front end of the week, we will have the sun joining forces with Venus in Capricorn. And so we are going to have a beautiful opportunity here to tap into our inner radiance and allow our light to shine in a way that creates harmony, that creates justice, that creates a sense of beauty wherever we go. And also tapping into like our egoic nature and the ways in which we can draw abundance into our lives, draw in wealth and income. So we are going to shift from that conjunction in Capricorn into a conjunction involving Venus and Mars. And then shortly thereafter, we will have the Sun and Mars joining forces, all in Capricorn, right? So we have these planets at play here that are indicative to our ability to tap into the sensual side of life, the radiant side of our expression, and also that passionate carnal urge to really go after what it is that we desire, all in a sign that is strategical, that is foundational, that is concerned with creating solidity, right? So let's start to reflect on the things in which we have in place here that allow us to be of service, to imbue life with a sense of beauty, with a sense of levity and light, and also, looking at life from like a very logical perspective so that we have a strategy in place that really helps us to take things step by step and to achieve our goals. Like Mars is here to help us go after what we want, and Capricorn says, why not do that in a very dedicated, regimented, strategical, methodical way. Over the course of this week, the moon will shift from Virgo into Libra and finally into Scorpio. So we've got the energy to really tap into detail-oriented activity. We've got the energy that helps us to collaborate and connect with others. And we've got the energy that helps us to regenerate and potentially really tap into our healing process and, to dive deep on those things that we feel are necessary, like things that we like to research, things that we like to understand on a deeper, more intimate level. Okay, lastly, I would love to pull a card for the collective. And if there's anything that you all feel like you want to hear more about, I mean, it is a new year. I've been doing these forecasts for a while. If there is any constructive criticism or feedback or things that you would like to see more of in these weekly forecasts, I'm all ears. So leave a comment, share with your friends. All right, I'm picking a card out of Poesis, and the card that came through for us all is Wound. So while we have a lot of strategical, foundational energy at play this week, there is the potential here to analyze and dive into some of the wounding that we are carrying and allow it to surface and really to perceive how it is playing into the foundational structures of our lives, right? So when we're building things and constructing things and creating a roadmap with our wounding at the core, oftentimes that plays out in a way that's not the most successful or abundant for those involved. So let's start to really pull back and see the wounding for what it is, right? The reality of it. We are all dealing with some sort of wounding on some level. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but we have to be able to see it in order to allow it to surface and heal. So I believe that is Spirit's message for us all this week. I wish you a beautiful start to 2026, and I'll be on to talk with you again soon.